If I had one word to describe my experience as a CASA, it would be voice. I'm here to be the voice of a kid.
Love is true, love is kind, but you always find it in our lives.
My role as a court-appointed special advocate, which is what CASA stands for, is someone who can provide that consistency with children who have had to be removed from the home because of neglect or abuse.
That was what surprised me, the number of children that don't have someone to be their voice.
As I was growing up, there were people who helped me. So I just kind of had a conversation with myself and said, you know, what have you done for somebody else? And who more deserving of that than a child, and especially a disadvantaged child?
He came from, unfortunately, a really hard background without a lot of love. He experienced some unfortunate hardships that no child should ever have to experience.
One thing I can remember is talking to a 7-year-old little boy and him telling me something that nobody wants to hear, how he was abused. Yeah.
The reason they came into care is so many societal reasons in each community. It has to do with housing, it has to do with incarceration, it has to do with drugs, it has to do with job opportunities. This is one way that you can help affect all those things in your community in one way, and that's by helping a child who has been affected by all of these things and their family.
One reason that CASA is needed now is that constant presence with the kids through all this change and flux. The change in caseworkers, possible change in placements, all the ups and downs of what might happen with parents and other caregivers through the court processes. It's that constant that I think is really important.
No matter where she goes, if she can't count on anything else, she knows I'm going to show up. So that's kind of where we are. I'm her constant.
And knowing that the process that we're following, it's going to make their life better for the rest of their life. It's not something that's temporary. This is, you have a forever home.
I think that is one of the best feelings that you can get as like a CASA, is to hear that from a kid and say, yeah, this is where I want to be.
We're all caught in love, we're all brought to love, something now and then.
I think the biggest thing that I get out of volunteering for CASA is the reward of seeing my CASA kid grow and learn and feel like in some small way maybe I contributed to it.
There's no way that I'm ever going to forget and disengage from wondering and wanting to know what happens in their futures.
You feel it. It's emotional, but it's emotional on all ranges. You have to go through the difficult parts to feel the amazing outcome that will come.
Those smiles, when there haven't been smiles for a long time, really touch you in the heart.
I can go home at the end of the day and say to myself, I think I've made a difference in someone else's life. If you want to change their current situation for the better, whether it's to reunite with a healthier family or be adopted by a forever family, if that's something you feel like you can do and be committed to that process, then you should sign up and be a CASA volunteer.
The satisfaction when you see these kids go from the uncertainty and not having a sense of hope to moving into where you see joy in their life, that they have hope, they have, that life is a great thing, and to see them showing that, that's a great feeling.
My one word is commitment.
My one word is love.
So, if I had to sum it up in one word, it would be hope.
We're all caught in love. We're all brought to love.